ladies and gentlemen, we talk privately all the time.
All the time.
One of the greatest things I love about you, Vlad, is your big heart.
Yeah.
Like in certain situations, you never leave no one dry if they had a connection with you.
Yeah.
Whereas most people will say, fuck that person and move on. And I should say that to you, like, Vlad, you's a great fucking guy. You know I would say that to you.
Yeah.
I was like, you's a great what motivates you to be that kind of person? Because it's not fake. Like, this is really in you, but I want to know what makes you tick. Like, what gets you that way?
I think that you can't act like your actions don't have repercussions.
Explain.
A perfect example is the Tupac situation.
Okay.
He met a young lady. She was starstruck. They had like oral sex on the dance floor. They hung out. They were having sex. Everything was cool. I think Tupac really thought, well, she's a freak.
Mm-hmm.
And she's down to get with my homies.
Yes.
I think he really thought that because there's lots of girls that are like that.
Yes.
You and I have met these girls.
Yes.
We've been with these girls.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. We've been involved in activities like this, especially in your mid-20s and so
Absolutely.
forth.
Especially at that age.
Especially being a superstar.
Especially
like
at that time.
Tupac and so forth. I think he sincerely thought that she was okay with this because this is just a freak who's down to do whatever. Now, those guys go in the room, do what they do with the girl. He goes to sleep. She wakes him up and says, those guys raped me. And I spoke to Tupac's co-defendant about this, man. If Tupac at that moment said, okay, let me calm the situation down. Let me take this girl in the other room. Let me go talk to her. Let me take her out of this environment. Let's maybe get another hotel. Let's spend a couple of days. Let's calm the situation down. Explain to her that, Pac didn't really have anything to do with this. This was just a messed up situation, but we're gonna make this right. Pac's whole trajectory would have changed. Because instead, Pac said, get this bitch out of here. That's what he said. He said, get that bitch out of here. And that's what they did. They got that bitch out of there. You know what happened next? She wound up in the lobby looking disheveled. One of the hotel securities said, ma'am, are you okay? No, I just got sexually assaulted. Oh, well, we got to call the police. Next thing you know, police are up there. Everyone's getting arrested. Biggie's guns were up there, so there was a weapons charge.
Right.
Tupac goes to prison. He signs to death row, and then a chain of events happens where he dies a few months later.
Absolutely.
All he had to do was treat that person as a human being.
So true.
Treat that person with the respect that every person deserves. She was upset. She got caught up in something that she wasn't ready for. We talked about the whole Gina Conway situation where you're going along for a robbery.
Right.
Man, these young girls can get caught up with these older guys very, very easily. They're happy to be there.
Yes.
Right? We've all dealt with women who are like this. They're just happy to be there. They're starstruck. They've never been in these situations before. They're going along with whatever because they think that that's what they're supposed to do.
I agree.
And sometimes they're not comfortable with that. So you have to deal with that. If you're trying to deal with a woman like that, and had he just done things differently, he might be alive today. Mm-hmm. Honestly, he might be alive today and maybe doing politics and doing big movies and so forth. But instead, you had someone who treated a person like trash, like they're disposable, like they don't matter. What is she going to do? This is just some hood rat. This is some groupie. This is whatever. And it all caught up to him. So when I deal with people, I never just throw people away. I never just disregard people and so forth, especially the people who I have long relationships with. Yes. I always try to help them out. My friend since I've known since elementary school, he lost a tooth.
Right.
It was $1,000 to get the tooth fixed.
Yes.
Here's $1,000, pay me back at some point or not. I don't care. I can't let you walk around with a missing tooth.
Right. That's
not when $1,000 is nothing to me.
Vlad's just a good person.
Yeah, but he's, he has 2 kids. He's still struggling financially, 2 baby mothers. For him, he really did not have that $1,000.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's cool. It's whatever. And really, Man, look, I support at any moment in time. There's a dozen people who I'm financially supporting.
No,
from top
I've
to
seen
bottom.
it. We talk
between
off
my
the air.
employees, between my family, and so forth. I'm supporting a lot of people. So, to me, it's just a normal way of functioning, and I feel that yeah, some people will take advantage of that, but I think that people in general are reciprocal.
Okay.
You know, one of the 48 laws of power is if there's someone who you admire who might be a little bit higher than you, give that person a gift, because then that person looks at you like as if you're on the same level.
I agree.
And they will think in the back of their mind, well, you know something? I got to do something to give back to that person as well. And that's the thing. When you give to someone, yeah, there's people who are pieces of shit out there who just use people and they jump from person to person. But eventually, that's gonna get old. You're gonna run out of people.
You're gonna run out of people.
Why not keep the people you actually have, that you have relationships with, and nurture those relationships and take care of those people? Because ultimately, they're going to remember that, and they're going to take care of you when you need that. And that's just my philosophy in life.
And it's something that we talk about, relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who are listening, I want you to understand that word may seem so simple.
VladTV right now, at this point, 18 years in? Yeah, 18 years in. It's all relationships now.
Relationships.
Damn near all my interviews are either regular guests or people that I've already met or people I've dealt with that are reaching back out. These relationships go back years. There's people I interview sometimes 3-4 years later who I still keep in contact with. It's all relationship. You take away relationships out of VladTV, you have no company.
It's done.
You have nothing.